welcome back into the Ford League Lounge. Can we please keep that energy going for my guests, Benny Searle and Lukey Met. Brief. We got Lukey Met in the building. Searle, back in the hot chair, brother, back in the hot chair. How's life? How are you enjoying your footy at the moment?
Mate, loving it. I feel like this is the business end.
Yep.
You know, post that origin period, there's always that little bit of a lull, but you can smell finals footy now, eh? It's on everyone's lips, so I'm looking forward to the next
Best time of the year. Lukey Met, now let's get straight to it. The knee. How are you ticking along? How are you recovering with the ACL?
Yeah, it's gone really well. Obviously, it was like devastating to have my season cut short. I thought we were having a really good year, but yeah, it's going really well. Got surgery 4 weeks ago, and yeah, just trying to get back.
He says, I thought we were having a really good year, team. Well, I don't know if you saw the Dally M ladder before this bloke finished up. He was having a little bit better than an all right year. What about life in general outside of that? You know, like you're a dad now, all right? Young family. How are you finding all that?
Yeah, I love it. Felt like it was something I could always find a silver lining with. Obviously, having a daughter, she's 4 months old, Maya. Hopefully she's watching now. She's watching. Yeah, but yeah, it's obviously you sort of got to find something outside of footy when you hurt yourself and have a long-term injury. So I feel like being able to almost be that stay-at-home dad for 4 or 5 weeks was pretty cool, and watch her grow up every day was awesome.
I love it. Now, while we were talking there, we had some highlights in the background there, just playing brief, and I noticed you love a little bit of a carry-on post-try. Did we all see that? Lukey Met scored a few, but I saw the writing on the wall early on. Now, can you pull up this clip here? This was your first try in the NRL, Bree. And I would just like to know that if you had your time again here, all right, with this try, all right, there's clear passes, you get a ball.
Oh,
okay?
wow.
I'll take it.
You've carried on like you've scored the winning try in the grand final here. was this just always a part of your game, something you always loved the thought of?
Yeah, it was, well, that game specifically, we literally spoke about it. Someone makes a break and I'm there, pass me the ball so I can score my first try. That's why I think that's why I got so excited. But yeah, it's just something I always, like when you watch European football, like soccer or American football, and the way they celebrate and engage with the fans after doing something, I think it's pretty cool. And like when I was a kid and I watched a player do a celebration or something, I loved it. Yeah. So yeah.
So all this stuff.
Yeah.
Like, is that influenced from what you see up there?
Yeah, in a way, yeah. I sort of see something and there's a couple that are in the back pocket that they never got to do this year, so they'll have to wait till next year. But yeah, things like the Dame time, you know, all those sort of things. I was like, when I get a moment like that, I want to hit it. So
yeah, love it. All right, boys, time for all things Waz now. A tight one out there at Mount Smart, guys. A really tight contest out there against a pretty dangerous Dragons side. Now we got the dub, 14-10. Just thinking about the way we're playing our footy at the moment, there was a couple of really noticeable things that stood out to me about the game. One was our ball movement and yardage. I thought we looked to move the ball a little bit more. Luke, like, is that something that I think it's been there all year, but with the Dragons just giving us more cues to be able to shift the footy out of yardage a little bit?
Yeah, I think it's something that if you sort of watch our game closely, it's something we have had in our locker, but maybe just something we haven't utilised. But I felt like the Dragons were probably giving us that space. But what I loved is that the boys were seeing it, and you could see from the very first set, I think it was, we took a short side, like the boys, there was a bit of second phase, and I think the more we do that, the better we'll look in attack. This
is the other stuff, Searle. This is the stuff we love, second phase footy, the offload, and it created some momentum for us.
Yeah, it did, and then it frees up guys like Tanner and that to bring that running side of their game into play, and this is when we look so dangerous, right? It's a mix of that unpredictable Warriors footy that we've played in the past, but also within our structure and just doing it at the right times.
Yeah. A few talking points. Can we please bring these up? Let's have a look at, you know, maybe some of the things that would have come out of the game, you know, things that are circling out there. First off the rank, let's talk about errors and discipline. Now, a game where we made double-digit errors, and, yeah, I thought our discipline at times let us down. Obviously, discipline it's one of those things, Ryan, we can attest to it. Like, it's a pressure relief. Like, it just releases that pressure valve when you've worked so hard to put and apply that on teams. What are you making of seeing it? And is it frustrating for you to be able to sit up there in the box and not be able to contribute to that? Or correcting that, I should say.
Yeah, it is frustrating watching it from that aspect. But the thing I'll say is it's not from a lack of the boys don't know what they're doing. Like when you're watching it and someone sort of, I know what they're trying to do and I know what plays they're trying to run and everything, it's not the fact they don't know what they're doing, it's that just the simple execution. Yeah, and I feel like it's something that it won't flow on into multiple games. I feel like it could just be a one-game thing and then we move on to it. But so that's the thing for me is that I'm not worried that aspect at all.
Oh, yeah, I love that. You heard that, Wise fans, right? Yeah, let's not be worried. Next talking point, defensive effort. SEARLE. Now, we spent, in particular, there's a passage in the second half. I think it was the start of the second half where we sat on our try line for the first 20-odd minutes and had to just turn them away. It's the stuff that you love seeing our side come up with.
Yeah, 100%. I think only 3 of our 13 wins this year have come in games where our opposition has scored over 20 points.
Yep.
So we love dragging teams into that arm wrestle, right? Our defence is a really solid part of our game. We look so comfortable defending our line, and I feel like come finals time, that's what wins you chips, right? I feel like the way we're playing at the moment is perfect for finals footy, so it gets me excited.
There's a thing in rugby league where we understand that a game's never perfect, right? And there's the most common saying, defend your errors. Now, that's something we haven't always been able to do. But when you making the errors like we did in the weekend, you're putting yourself under that much pressure. To be able to watch the boys turn sides away, yeah, you're holding on to that, bottling that for next week.
Yeah, exactly. I think, and there's that stat that always gets thrown around sort of this time of year. If you're a top 4 defensive team, more than likely you can go on to win the comp. So to have that sort of resilience on your try line and show that you can turn up for each other, regardless. People on the inside might get things wrong on the outside, but as long as that scrambles and boys are working for each other, I think that's what you can hang your hat on.
Yeah, let's keep doing that. Now, time for the personal player moment this week, our NRLW side, boys. Now, here, let's talk through this, OK? Because we lost 3 key players. Emily Curtin, all the best with your ACL recovery. Devastating news. Patricia Maliepo and Uppy Nichols. Now, 3 key players we lost pre-game. OK, hear me out. Let me tell the story here. 20 minutes into the game, we're down to 11 players. 2 of our girls have been sent off. Now, they go on to stay in the contest against a good Raiders side down in Hamilton. And for that, they win this week's personal player moment. The resilience the girls showed to stay in the fight, truly special. Just special efforts all around, SEARLE.
Yeah, it's rare, right, that you lose 2 players in the same game from the same team. I thought the first send-off was fair.
Yep.
The second one, man, I was blowing up Deluxe at that at home.
Yeah.
I thought penalty, maybe 10 in the bin, and in fact there was at the Sharks game, NRLW, later in the weekend, where a Sharks player did the same to a Titans player and got sent for 10.
Yep.
So for me, there's a little bit of inconsistency there.
Oh, when isn't there? When isn't there? But, hey, the girls actually outscored the Raiders 16-8 with 11 players. Like, I don't know how you do that, ladies, but it truly is impressive. But if you're down there this Sunday, 3:30, the women take on the Shark in Hamilton, right? So Hamilton continue to show up. I think there was like 6,000 come out in the rain. So great first up showing, but get out there, support the girls this weekend. Time for a quick break. Stick around on the other side. We're going to be talking the wash-up. Let's look at a few other teams. See you shortly.
Takes the tackle. Last. Might be done here. Well, short pass stands away. Inside Shibasaki. Walters loitering down the middle. Walters with the kick. Only Karapani is there. That is stunning. Sensational. Broncos go back to back.
Josh Karapani is our day's player. Try it around. Try assist of doom from Billy Walters. Straight into the wash-up, can we please bring up the top 10 graphic? Boys, now, this is the part of the show where we get to look at the sides that are in and around us on the table, all right? Now, I'm not too sure that Manly is still within a sniff. I think the Dolphins and Manly play each other this weekend, so that'll probably rule out one of them. But let's get straight back into the Broncos, because they're a team that, I've said it before, you know, you've heard me say it, they do scare me. You know, I see them as a side that's a real threat to not just us, but the competition in general. And takeaway out of this game is Reece Walsh is him. Reece Walsh. Reece Walsh is him, all right? Now, without your halves there, right, they lost Reynolds and Mann the week before. He comes out and puts on an absolute clinic. He's good to watch.
Yeah, the thing I love most about it was I saw he had the 12 tackle breaks and some line break assists, but he didn't have the 3 try assists, the 2 tries. Like, he was the best player in the game, but he was creating stuff like down the field, kicking a 40-20, creating short sides, overlaps. That's what I love, that he didn't try and force his hand to throw the big cutout ball.
Yeah.
Question for you. You mentioned there, no Adam Reynolds, no Ezra Mann. To me, that's when Walshy steps up. He seems like one of those players that likes the bright lights. You know him personally. Would that motivate him?
Oh, 100% it would. He does. He loves to be the main guy. Goal kicking, like, he would have jumped at that straight away. Probably not celebrated in front of Adam Reynolds, but, like, gone, yeah, OK, I get to be the goal kicker now. You know, he does. He loves those moments, and good on him. You want players that want to step into those moments, hey? And, yeah, seeing him go about his work in the weekend was truly special. It really was. Storm Panthers, boys, another good game. Could quite have easily been grand final preview in some realm. It was that high quality, but defined by a bit of drama at the end. Just a little bit.
Yeah, that's one way to underplay it.
What do we make of it?
Mate, look, by the rule book, it's a penalty.
Yep.
As a fan, I don't like it personally. I think Harry Grant played for the penalty, and I don't like seeing that come into our game.
Yep.
But, look, when you spend a week preparing for 80 minutes and the only thing you want is the 2 points, you're literally going to do whatever it takes to win a game.
Yep.
So I don't blame him, but I don't love it as a fan.
Lukey, Matt?
Yeah, I have to agree with Shirley there. It's tough. Obviously, Cleary, hits a field goal there, and you got Leo to sort of stand there, not really doing too much, and then Harry Grant plays up to it. But I feel like it's in the rule book, so I think Harry Grant's got more than a right to sort of do that and to play up to it, and he ended up winning his team the game.
Yeah, well done, Harry. You're a wizard, Harry.
Oh, there you go.
I've been wanting to say that. No.
Yeah.
Roosters team. Now, Roosters, real competition threats. They really are. Okay. To me, their idea and they're at their best when they're playing bully ball. We call it a physical power game. And now you've got someone like Sam Walker that's returned to the side. He adds the class. He adds the finesse, the touch, and with what he's producing at the moment, off the back of an ACL, Lukey, like. I mean, I'll ask you this. Like, you've been through this before. This isn't anything new. But do you take inspiration from seeing sort of comebacks like we're seeing from Sammy Walker? Yeah.
It's always cool to sort of see people who have had those sort of injuries and the way they come back. And, he hasn't missed a beat. I think, if anything, he's better than when he... last year, he was killing it and then tore his ACL towards the back end of the year. But I've loved sort of seeing how he's coming back and, like I said, just took control of the team. His kicking game is probably one of the best in the NRL, especially close to the line. So, I've been loving watching him.
For me, just on Sam Walker, I feel like he's playing his best footy at the moment because of Hugo Savala and how they complement each other. You two played 6 and 7 together not too long ago. How important is a good 6 to bring out the best in a good 7?
Well, I'll talk to... Yeah, well, obviously playing 7, like, your 6 is your running man. Like, he's your supporter, right? So when Lukey and myself were at my best, well, when I was at my best with Lukey beside me, he would be organising plays for me to fall back into once I'd done something. He was like that soundboard for me that I didn't have to worry about necessarily what I was going to come back with, because he'd be building that shape as I was going away. And I think about the best 6 I played with, they all had that common trait. They wouldn't just wait all the time for the 7 to make the call. They'd understand that it's his ship. But if I can assist you with building stuff in for you, helping you relay messages across, then I'm going to do that when you're busy taking care of other things. And, I mean, that's what I felt like when, me and you were clicking. Yeah, that's what I felt like. If you're the 6, I feel like in your head you've got to sort of know the 7's like, he's the main guy, like he's the man, and you've got to do whatever it is to support him. And that's the thing I've found playing with you. Like, I would ask you, what more do you need from me? Do you need me to organise this edge, or do you want me to organise shape coming back when you're down the right? Or... And I feel like that's sort of what you need as a 7. And watching Savala and Walker like that, they're going real good together. Yeah. Look, the other I guess, angle to this chat is these boys can't do what they want, what they can, if it's not for your middle third. Now, we're big advocates for pumping up our forwards when they're doing a great job. And let's touch on the Fahu White quickly. He's an Auckland boy, right? A proud Auckland boy. And what he is producing at the moment is truly elite. Now, the Roosters have lost someone like Jared Wairua-Hargreaves, right? And they all talk about Spencer Leniu coming in to fill that void. But to me, this is the guy who will lead these guys to the top of the table. If they're to go on and do something special, it's his actions, his movements, the way he carries himself, the way he carries the footy that lays the platform for the halves to do their work. So I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to be seeing the Fahu White and the Kiwis more and more. Now, we saw a little glimpse of him at the back end of last year, but seeing him go about his work, Breathe, a middle that lays a platform like that makes our jobs a whole heap easier. Yeah, it helps. I remember playing Roosters in round 3, and obviously I'd watched him a little bit, but I feel like... Oh, hang on. Hey, whoa. I don't ask you to put this in. No, keep talking, Lukey. They don't need to see this. I don't ask you, but if you want to rewind it, you can. Nah, I'm joking. Is this just another promo in case the half goes down? Apparently Hughes is coming back, mate. Is this the league lounge of Shaun Johnson? Stop plugging it. Stop plugging it. All right, hey, that's all we've got time for. But on the other side of the break, we're going to be talking our team, yeah, that's right, all things Wires, and preview them as they take on the Titans. Welcome back in. Team listing, bring them up, please. Let's have a look at our side, how they line up. Oh, Roco Berry is back in the centre. Roco Berry, Breathe. Lukey Met, what does he bring?
Yeah, one of the great blokes, old Roco Berry. Yeah, I think
That's not what you were saying. Come on, man.
just being nice to him, you know. He's had a bit of a in and out year, old Roco, but I think everyone knows he brings the effort areas, like the kick chase and all the stuff that you pride yourself on. Being a top 4 team, he brings all that.
Now, Jacko Ford drops out, but workhorse, Kurt Capewell comes back in, Benny Searle.
Yeah, controversial on the Jacko Ford. Don't get me started there.
Okay, easy now, pump the brakes.
He breaks someone's leg and gets 2 weeks.
Well
but
said.
great to have
Well
Kurt
said.
Capewell back. Stoked to have him back. Just his work rate, how he leads our kick chase. He's just all-out effort. And seeing Demi potentially get the start in the 10. I know Webby likes a couple late changes, but that gets me excited.
It's quite nice seeing that 10 sit next to his name. Hey, let's have a look at some of the footage now. Let's go preview team. Now, our side, I think about what we've got to look out for, what we want to do, what we want to achieve this week as we go over there to the Gold Coast to take on the Titans. And it's something that, if you don't get this part of your game right against a fast outfit like the Titans, they will make you pay. And I'm talking about our set finishes and where we hand the ball over. There's been a bit of talk lately, all right, around containing. Do we just land and tackle? Or do we compete and contest and go up for that catch? Now, I love where the club's at the moment because it's going to have to be a lot of containing, especially early on, to not make the game any easier than it should be for the Titans. Now, roll the footage here. I want to take you back, showing a little bit of my vulnerable side here. This is what happened last year, right? Now, I'm with you guys. I like to forget about it. But when you don't get it right against a side like the Titans, they do make you pay, all right? They're fast. They play eyes-up footy, and they want this. They want the ad-lib. They want the broken style of footy. They don't like the arm wrestle or the grind. Now, I'm looking at what we produced in the weekend, and I can't wait to see this going. With someone like Roco Berry coming back into the side, he is going to be leading this hands down. Now, Tanner Boyd, hoisting these kicks up, OK? Our kick chase, our back row in particular, with our centre, making the decision, OK, are we going to land on this or are we going to go up and contest? Now, when they land on it, OK, when they continue to land on it, what it allows is our forward pack, our big men, to get some energy and get off the line, create some line speed and get stuck in. And I'm telling you, the Titans do not like this part of the game. They like the easy stuff. They like the flamboyant stuff. Shift the ball to space, use their speed. They don't want to be dealing with this. So we've got a halfback of the Warriors currently sitting on the couch. My question to you, Lukey Met, is after me talking about it, you watching the boys go to work over the weekend, how do you drive this message? How do you go about making sure the boys are in the right mindset coming up against a dangerous side like the Titans this week?
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head. It's almost like you've played football or something.
Something like that.
I feel like they're one of those teams that are dangerous. You know, they've got Keanu Kinney's on the bench, AJ Brimson. You've got all these guys that can make something out of nothing. So I think it's a big week for talking about that contain. And but yeah, I feel like it's a sort of a building block that we sort of had against the Dragons last week, and we can take that in going up to the Goldie.
Certainly, last time we played these blokes on our home patch, a few special plays, but they completed it near on 90%.
Yeah.
Right? It was one of their better performances. When you do that, which is what we've got to be able to do on them and apply pressure, it puts your ball players in better positions to execute their plays. Now, remember that Kieran Foran pass last time out, OK? What have we got to do, in your mind, off the back of everything we just spoke about, to not give that bloke chances to execute against us?
We've got to complete high, like you said, limit those errors, don't give away piggyback penalties, because when the Titans do get good ball and they're on the front foot, they're so hard to stop. I also think, like, you know, we've had some bad experiences against them in the past.
Oh, you don't say.
But I do trust this team so much. And like I said before, if we can limit them to below 20 points, I back us to come away with the dub.
Oh, good chat, good chat. On that note, let's get stuck into this Ford fan question, OK? Here we go. Can you please explain to us what defines an obstruction? OK. Do we have some footage to back this up, please? Surely we've got one clip, 1, 2, 3, 4 clips back there. Come on now. I don't know about that graphic. What's that? What's going on there?
That's my favourite highlight.
What's still in there? You can't do that. Roll this first one. Let's have a look at what we're talking about here. Now, obstruction, quick touch points. I want to ask you boys straight off the bat. You look at that outside shoulder Lukey Met, is that an obstruction? Yeah,
to me that's an obstruction, regardless if the half plays up to it or not. Outside shoulder, and he's in your space where you've got to go to tackle the fullback, so obstruction.
Obstruction. Next one here. Come on now. Hit us with it. Just have a look at some of these examples. SEARLE, I want to come to you on this one. Is this an obstruction? Now, this is a little bit of a different one, but is this an obstruction?
This, to me, is like an NFL play. That lead line runner is further down the field than the ball runner, almost like blocking for him. Turbo could have tackled the lead line runner, so this is absolutely an obstruction.
Now, I don't know the rule book according to the NRL. I don't have the NRL rule book here and what their definition of it is. But in my mind, okay, when I'm playing and I'm defending at 3-man, I'm putting myself in the try line, in the defensive line right now. If my line is impeded in any way to get to who I need to get to, that's an obstruction. Take the diving, take the milking, take everything out of it. If there's a bloke there that is somewhat, even the slightest, making me deviate from where I need to go, it's an obstruction, okay? So let's keep that in mind. Let's have a look at this last one, okay? Because, hate to say it, Warriors fans.
Nah, this is a try, man.
No, don't you dare, Searle, don't you
Forget
dare.
everything I just said.
And I want us to talk about this and sit in it, okay? Can we just pause this picture right now? Yeah. Okay, now we're gonna sit and marinate in this because you know what? If the shoe was on the other foot, boys, let's go, here we go, all right? This game here was to get us to week 2 of the finals and we lost off this call. How would we honestly feel about it? Like,
yeah, I'd be flying to NRL HQ myself.
Yeah, this is so unacceptable to get something like this wrong, all right? And I don't know if it was affected by what we saw from Harry Grant on Thursday night, but let's take this isolated clip. This is an obstruction through and through, and Lukey, me and you looked at it, and there's also actually something else wrong with this clip too. Looking at it from the bird's eye view, what do you see?
Yeah, I think I know sometimes I wear glasses, but someone might be catching the ball inside the lead runner. Hey, but I'll take it.
Okay, I'll leave Lukey Met out of this, right? But look, you cannot catch the ball for one on the inside shoulder of a lead, okay? And two, is it King Tongia there? His clearest path to make this tackle is on an angle of forward.
Yeah.
It's a forward movement. It's a positive movement. You cannot backtrack at all on your try line because they just carry over. So how they missed this, how they didn't even send it to the bunker, it baffles me.
That's the scariest part for me, right?
Yeah.
We have all this technology. We are so quick to send obvious tries to the bunker to look for something wrong, to rule it out. But then when you've got something that looks fairly obvious, it's like it just gets ignored.
Like, I just can't fathom that they didn't pause on that because to this Ford fan question's point, like, what is an obstruction? We shouldn't be sitting here in round 25 this week and questioning it. There shouldn't be any uncertainty when there really hasn't been any up until this round. Now all of a sudden you want to bring it out. You know, they've got to nip it in the butt. They've got to come out and make a statement this week and make sure they do not get another one wrong for the rest of the year because these big games now, every game's a finals game from this point out for a lot of sides and you do not want to be on the wrong side of the scoreboard through something like that. Yeah? Whew. Okay. Can we bring up the... what's going on this week in the fixtures? Boys, there's one night there that stands out to me. Yeah. Searle, Kimbo's in the crowd. Are you taking her out to dinner on Friday night? Or
sorry, love. That reservation's been cancelled, absolutely. That is Friday night footy at its finest. That's bums on seats. Panthers, Raiders, Storm Dogs. That is just quality. And then you roll that into Manly Finns and us Titans. Those are the 4 games and you get them all. Yeah, what are you looking at with that Manly Finns game, Lukey Met? It's probably going to rule one of them out.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I like it from just the desperation standpoint. You've got 2 teams there who, like you said, if one of them loses that, it's going to be tough to sort of make it their way into the 8. So, yeah, it's going to be a really good game to watch.
Dylan Walker, just quick touch point, Eels this week, game 250 for bigger old mate D Walker. So all the best, brother, go well. On that note, team, that's all we've got time for. Can we make some noise for my guests, please, team? Boys, thank you very much. Thank you, Bree. All the best for your recovery. To the crowd, thank you very much. You guys were amazing. And to our sponsors, as always, we've got Ford, Purcell and Dad's Pies. Without you, none of this is possible. We'll see you next week, same time, same place. Enjoy your footy.